tiny.
It doesn't help if it really rains.
It's for the sun.
You mean the sun that's pointing this way directly to the blue space as opposed to coming down on it? Yeah.
I got a forever burn on the right side of my face from it. Alright, so we'll do this. I really don't need the jacket just yet. So I'm going to go a little more casual.
So, just a couple things. It's a conversation, right? Lou's taking lead. He's talking with you, knowing people are listening, and you're just having a conversation back with him.
All right.
So we don't say anything bad about Tyler.
That's right. I'll mute you.
Better go for the first inning Ricola. So I'm going to start choking.
And I'll have a process of when Lou closes us out.
Yep.
I'll say we're out. Just give me a second to double check it and make sure the mics are off.
All right. So that before we start talking about fans.
Yeah. Do you do the Irving town meetings? Is that what that is?
Select board.
Really?
Yeah, we got our hands
Testing. Hello, everybody.
We're not on.
No, I know.
I just had not done my own sound check. Good afternoon and welcome once again to the Pioneer Valley Regional School in Northfield. Time for the Western Mass Class D semifinal matchup between the St. Mary Saints and your Pioneer Panthers. Lou Bordeaux, high above right field. Joined tonight on the mic by Hugh Syhowski, former Panther hurler. Hi, Hugh. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Lou? Glad to be here.
Glad you're here, man. This is going to be a lot of fun. Pioneer, after that 24-1 trouncing over Gateway a couple days ago, seemed to survive 2 days worth of rain here in Franklin County. Field looks to be in great shape, so we're going to have a good one tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Excited to see Jack Glazier out there on the mound. He hasn't had many innings this year, but he's the ace that most teams don't have, and we have 3 of them, so it's great to see him out there.
Yeah, pitching's been really solid this year for the Panthers. Mentioned Pioneer defeating Gateway 24-1 the other day. St. Mary's took care of Mount Everett, the only upset in the first round bracket when they took Mount Everett 7-1. As Hugh said, Jack Glazier on the mound. This is Audrey Amaral, shortstop for St. Mary's, getting things started. Fouls that first pitch back. 0-1. Jack's battery mate, as usual, Braden Tipeniuk, BT. That one just misses low and outside. Around the infield for Pioneer, we've got Evan Tipeniuk at first, Ethan Quinn at second, Alex McClellan at short, and Jackson Campbell over at third base. Good to see Alex out there. Actually, I went back and rewatched the video of the Gateway game. He got hit in the right elbow in that big fourth inning, but to see him back in the lineup today, good sign. Amaral swings right through that one. Counts 2-2. Outfield for the Panthers, Ethan Mothy in left, Ben Werner in center, and Hayden Gerard, Hodis in right field.
You know, Lou, I like to see Jack attack with the fastball early here, trying to get ahead. Don't want to walk the first batter of the game.
Glazier sets. Swung on and missed, strike three. Hugh, I got to think that's the start he wanted.
Perfect start. As a pitcher, nothing you can ask for more than a strikeout to start the game.
And as the day progresses, Hugh, we'll talk a little bit about your career now. You college guy, you.
Yeah, it's definitely a change going from high school to college, but it's welcome. Definitely enjoyed it. So
awesome.
Glad to be back here, though.
Well, we miss you here, but, you know, nobody stays in high school forever.
Exactly.
This is Kurt Pichiak, the pitcher for St. Mary's at the plate. Counts 1-1. Little ground ball right back to Glazier. Goes over to ET for the quick put out. We got 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Jack being efficient out there so far. Love to see it once again.
Center fielder Ben King coming to the plate now. While we're talking about Jack Glazier, want to wish his mom Jen a very happy birthday today. I saw it on Facebook, so it must be true. So happy birthday to Jen Glazier. And I know that Jack's grandparents, Bob and Linda Raymond, are at the Bernardston Gas Engine Show. So hi to Bob and Linda. Sorry you can't be here right now. That one's down low. 2-0 on King.
3-0.
Yeah, make that 3-1.
Attacking with another fastball here, I'd say, Jack.
Fouled off the hands. Over into Souvenir Country, 3-2.
You think he drops a curveball on here or go to another heater?
I'm going to go heater right down Broadway.
Yep, looks like it.
Quinn over to ET, and that's going to retire the side. In the first inning for St. Mary's, 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. We are in the middle of the first inning here in Northfield. St. Mary, nothing. Pioneer coming up. Please check out our sponsors here in between innings, and we'll be right back here on BNC TV. bottom of the first. He takes strike one. As I said, that's Kurt Pichiak on the mound for St. Mary's. His battery mate is Giovanni Franco. That one's up high. Around the infield, Noah Amaral at first base, Tim Moran playing second, Audrey Amaral at short, and Jack Gilbert over at third base for the Saints. And BT lines it into left field for a base hit.
Like to see him getting the bat going early there, early in the count, hunting the fastball, gets a single.
Always good to see that first batter of the inning reach base.
Yeah, when you're on the mound, you let someone on, first batter, you're like, oh no, what am I going to do now? Like, no outs, guy on first, so it's a good start for the Panthers.
Pichiak with the show me look over to first.
Yeah, that wasn't his A move.
BT conservative lead. Dives back in that time. And an extra step. Jackson Campbell at the plate for Pioneer. Lined right to the second baseman. Tim Moran right in the right place at the right time. That's one out for Pioneer.
Not the result they're looking for, but that was a good piece by Campbell. So they're starting out, coming out swinging.
And that brings up Alex McClellan, the shortstop for Pioneer. First ball swinging, slices one down the left side, out of play.
BT looking to take second there too. Coach Kevin Lupo looking to be aggressive here early.
That was a good move by Pichiak. Oh and 1 on McClellan. On the inside corner. Good pitch.
Yeah, good two-seam fastball right there by the looks of it.
No balls, 2 strikes on McClellan. Ethan Quinn on deck for Pioneer. Got a piece of that one to stay alive. Panther bench lively as usual. Throw over to first, just trying to keep BT honest over there. Lifted down the left side. And that one's out of play.
Just a protect swing right there out of Alex. Something he's really good at, actually, fouling off pitches close to the zone that he doesn't want.
Count remains 0-2. Ball gets away. BT advances to second base on the pass ball.
Al's got a duck on the pond now. Let's see if he can drive him in.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Oh.
2-2.
Looking for the elevated fastball there and just miss a spot.
Chopped down to first base. Alex McClellan with that head first slide into first base beats it out for the scratch hit. BT gets over to third base. Panthers have runners on the corners.
Yeah, that's a great hustle play right there. That's Pioneer Panther baseball at its finest.
Here's Ethan Quinn. Throw does go down to second base. Shortstop Amaral cut it off. Waiting to see if BT made the move to the plate. He didn't.
Almost looked like a wheel play there. Designed wheel play with the shortstop.
Right. And that one hit Ethan Quinn. Ready to call him E.T. Panthers have the bases loaded, just one out. And that's going to bring up Ethan Mothy.
Quinn seems like he's a magnet. I don't know. I haven't been able to watch all the games this year, but in past years he gets hit a lot. So I assume it's been the same this year.
I think that's why I subliminally said E.T. because seems Evan Tippenyuk had one game and he got hit 3 times in the same game. Here's Ethan Mothy. Ethan had a big home run against Gateway, as did Ethan Quinn. Ball gets away. BT's headed home. He's going to make it. Panthers take a 1-0 lead. Here comes McClellan. Slid right into the tag. A little too aggressive on the base pads there.
Yeah, a little bit, but I like it. That's their style. They're going to stick to it. If they run into an out, so be it.
Ethan Quinn did get all the way over to third base there, though, so that's a positive. Mothy lines it into left field. That's a base hit. Another Panther runner scores. It's 2-0 Pioneer.
Yeah, that ball was ripped by Ethan. Great piece there.
Mentioned E.T. Here he is, Evan Tippenyuk, first baseman for Pioneer. Mothy's going. Ball bounces away from the catcher. He goes in standing up. He takes the big turn. He's going to third base. Oh. Slides in under the tag. Aggressive Pioneer base running.
Yeah, like we talked about, that's their identity. They're going to stick to it, win, lose, or draw, and it's been a lot of wins so far doing it.
Emerald at short. Across the diamond, gets E.T. at first base. That's going to retire the side. For the Panthers in the first inning, 2 runs on 3 base hits. 1 runner left after 1 complete here in Northfield. Pioneer leads this one 2-0. Don't go anywhere. We got more Panther Tournament baseball coming up right here on BNC TV. Welcome back to Northfield. Panthers lead this one 2-0. Cleanup hitter for St. Mary's, Noah Amaral, first baseman, going to get it started for the Saints. Takes strike 1.
Good breaking ball there out of Jack.
And we thank Sam Browning Trucking for sponsoring Pioneer Spring Sports. Among others, Sweet Lucy's Bakery, Pioneer Valley Tire, and Shaw's Convenience Store. And that's strike 3.
Yeah, that was a gross changeup by Jack right there.
And I mentioned Bob and Linda Raymond, who haven't missed a game all season, are working over at the Gas Engine Show tonight. And of course, if you're in the Bernardston-Northfield area, that'll be going on again tomorrow over at Pratt Field in Bernardston. Big swing. This is Lucas Morganelli, left fielder for St. Mary's. He'll be followed by third baseman Jack Gilbert. Into the ground. Campbell's got it. All the way over to E.T. That's going to retire Morganelli. Brings up Jack Gilbert.
Once again, quick inning for Jack so far. 2 outs, not many pitches.
Now at this level, Hugh, does that affect the pitcher as it would if you're watching, say, Major League Ball, where they're really concerned about the constant pitch counts and things of that nature? I know we watch pitch counts here, but it really doesn't translate the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the same, I'd say. The higher up you get, usually you're going to be more wild, but I don't know. It's definitely different when you're not throwing as hard.
This is third baseman Jack Gilbert. He'll be followed by Henry Rutkowski in the St. Mary's lineup. Popped up. That one's out of play. So I mentioned St. Mary's defeated Mount Everett 7-1. The other side of the bracket, Hopkins Academy advanced. They shut out Munson 9-0. And Ware took Turner's Falls 8-1. So the other side of the bracket, going to be a game between Hopkins Academy. As strike 3, Hopkins Academy will be taking on Ware. And then these two winners will meet for the Western Mass Championship. Once again, 3 up, 3 down for St. Mary's in the second. Nothing across. We are in the middle of the second inning here in Northfield. Pioneer leads this one 2-0. Please check out our sponsors and don't go anywhere. More Panther Tournament Baseball coming up on BNC TV. Bottom of the second inning, that's Brody Welcome, second pitch hitting. Shortstop Amaral goes deep, makes the nice pickup and throw over to first base. Brody Welcome's out. Going to bring up center fielder Ben Werner. Ben pitched the first 4 innings of that Gateway game a few days ago. His usual effective self on the mound. Good block by Franco behind the plate.
Yeah, it looks like they were looking to go change up to him first pitch.
Fouled back. And that one's inside on Werner. He'll be followed by Jack Glazier. Ben takes that one up high and away.
Yeah, St. Mary's pitcher, it looks like he's really just having trouble with his off speed because then he gets behind and then he has to throw a heater.
Right in Werner's wheelhouse, out into center field for a base hit.
Like I said, had to throw a heater.
You called that one. One out for the Panthers here in the bottom of the first. Brings up pitcher Jack Glazier. Good eye by Jack. That one just missed. 1 ball, no strikes.
I'd love to see him get into one here. First at bat when you're on the mound, nothing better than when you just rip one in the gap.
That could have been his pitch, too.
Yeah, that was the one. Just missed it.
Fouled back into the parking lot. Didn't hear any metal, so that's a good thing. 1-1 on the Panther pitcher. Low and away, 2-1. Werner with a conservative lead off first. Might have been leaning the wrong way there. Dove back in safely. 2-1 on Glazier. He'll be followed by Braden Tippenyuk. Emerald at shortstop, knocks it down. Can't do anything with it. Both runners are safe.
That's a good job by Glazier there, being able to sit back on the breaking ball and just put it in play. Make the shortstop make a play.
Panther runners on first and second. And here's BT. BT singled and scored in the first inning. Yeah, we say so often, Hugh, that there's really top to bottom no weakness in this Panther lineup, whether it's offense or defense.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, these guys, a lot of them been playing since freshman, some 8th grade.
Good block by Franco behind the plate.
Now, BT, I heard this could be his 100th hit right here. Knock on wood.
Oh, that's right. Ball gets past Franco. Runners advance.
Just yanked the fastball there. Not ideal with runners on.
Our other colleague, Alex Sabin, started a BT countdown at the game the other day and needed 4 hits to get to 100, had 2. Singled in the first, so I think you're right. He's at 99 right now.
Is it? No.
Just foul down the left side.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Alex McClellan's approaching it as well. Not quite as close, but he's almost there.
Three balls and a strike on BT. That's a hitter's count.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
And a balk. It's going to allow Werner to score. Glazier advances to third.
I didn't see what he did. Did you see the block?
Movement of the foot.
Oh.
And then he relented.
Hit by bit. No.
And waiting to see what's going on. Looks like the runner does score from third base.
I think coach just called time right after the walk.
So BT is on at first base. Panthers lead this one 4-0.
Yeah, it looks like we'll have to wait next time around the order for the 100th hit, hopefully.
Yep. So while St. Mary's recalibrates, we'll mention that after these Western Mass games, can look forward to the Maya State Tournament. which there's not much time in between the Western Mass games and the state tournament getting underway. Here's Jackson Campbell. Lined out to the second baseman his first time up. BT gets to second base standing up.
There's the aggressive base running once again by the Panthers.
Past the third baseman, it's a fair ball into left field. BT comes around, he's going to score.
Oh.
Campbell in safely at second, ball gets away, he's going over to third base.
Got to hit your cutoff there. Can't be letting up those extra bases in this situation.
Jackson Campbell is one of the fastest base runners I've ever seen. And he is so astute. He is always paying attention to what's going on out there. And being that in tune with what's going on got him 2 extra bases there.
Yeah, I must say, Jackson is the smartest base runner I've ever played with.
High praise coming from Hugh Zajowski.
Said it since we were young. He's always been like that.
There's Alex McClelland. Fouls that one away. Alex singled back in the first inning. Panthers have opened up a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Western Mass semifinal.
Change up coming here.
Gets a bat on the ball. Oh, ball gets right under Moran's glove at second base. Campbell scores. It's 6-0 Pioneer.
That was a good pitch right there. He got Alex out on his front foot, got everything he wanted, just couldn't make the play at second. That was a little Pioneer bounce, as we like to call it.
Here's Ethan Quinn. Ethan was hit by a pitch last inning.
Oh.
Lofts that one out to left field. Didn't get all of it. Morganelli catches it.
Couple extra push-ups, that one's out.
And with 2 outs, here's Ethan Mothy. Ethan singled his first time up.
I'm going to assume he's looking to do some damage this first pitch here. Coming swinging hard.
Lofted out into right field. McClary's after it. Came back. Realized the ball wasn't coming as far as he thought it was. Changed direction, made the catch to put out the side. In the second, though, 4 big Panther runs. On 4 hits, 1 runner left. 2 innings complete here in Northfield. Pioneer leads this one 6-0. Please check out our sponsors here between innings, and don't go away. More Panther tournament baseball coming up right here on BNC TV. Time for the top of the third inning. Panthers with that 6-0 lead. Going to see the bottom third of the St. Mary's order. This is DH Henry Rutkowski. He'll be followed by Tim Moran and Giovanni Franco. Ball right back to Jack Glazier. First pitch. Jogs it over to E.T. at first base. 1 down.
Yeah, great job by Jack taking his time and not rushing the throw. I know from experience how tough those can be.
1 pitch, 1 out. Here's Tim Moran, second baseman for St. Mary's. Slices one down the right side, just foul.
Great hustle by Hodis there.
Playing a little closer to the line now.
Yeah, I think they should all be shifted over a little bit with Jack on the mound. He's throwing very hard.
Yeah, that's a good observation because sometimes you'll see a batter go with a pitch, but I think some of these guys just aren't going to be able to catch up, and it's just going to be sliced rather than pulled.
Mm-hmm. Two-seam right here by looks.
Right down Broadway. What a pitch.
Yeah. Got a lot of movement on that thing.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Once again, gross breaker ball by Jack there. Perfect time for it.
That's Glazier's 4th strikeout of the day so far. Brings up the St. Mary's catcher, Giovanni Franco. That's low, ball 1.
Looks like Jack relaced his glove with some pink laces. I don't know when he did that.
Matches his bat now.
Yeah.
Nice pitch.
Yeah, that looked like he was going to be in the other batter's box and just came right back.
Up high, 2-1. I knew I was never going to be a pitcher because no matter how hard I would twist the ball, I could never get it to break. So that pretty much ended my pitching career before it even started.
That might have been your problem because you actually shouldn't twist it.
Oh, now you tell me.
Keep your wrist stiff when you throw a breaking ball.
About 50 years too late, Hugh.
I like this reset by Jack right here. Behind 3-1, get back on the mound when you're ready, take your break, and then put it right down the middle.
And batter asks for time. It's granted. Little game of cat and mouse here. Full count.
Going to the breaking ball here. Interesting.
But it worked.
A lot of confidence in it. I love that out of them.
Wow. Once again for St. Mary's, 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. We are in the middle of the 3rd inning here in Northfield. Pioneer leads this one 6-0. Please stay tuned. We've got more Panther baseball coming up in a moment. Right here on BNC TV and worldwide on YouTube. And here we go. Evan Tipeniuk getting the Panther third inning underway. He'll be followed by Brody Welcome and Ben Werner.
It's a great start there for St. Mary's pitcher, though. 2 breaking balls in a row, perfect spot.
Pounded into the ground. Pitcher's got it. Over to first base. ET's out at first.
It's a good play by him right there. Looked like they wanted the high heater. Just missed a spot, but he got lucky and Evan missed it.
Here's Brody Welcome. Grounded out to shortstop last inning. A few raindrops falling here in Northfield. Strike one on Welcome. Fouled back out of play.
It's an aggressive hack out of Brody. Once again, I love it.
Going to be defensive up there now with the 0-2 count. Chopped down the left side.
Yeah, way to fight off the breaking ball. Low, almost below his kneecaps, I'd say, and just fought it off and lives to fight another day.
Off the fist slowly to Moran at second. He's got him over at first base.
Just jammed him a little bit. Perfect placement there.
Now with the aluminum bats, they were just coming into vogue when I was still playing. Still wasn't as popular a thing. They still had wooden bats back then. Used to keep score on stone tablets, all that stuff. But does that pitch on the fists with the aluminum bat feel the same as it did with a wooden bat? Just stings right up to your elbows?
Sometimes. Depends on the bat you're using and how cold it is. But
all right.
It definitely hurts.
Here's Ben Werner. Ben takes ball one outside. He singled and scored in the second inning. Panthers with a 6-0 lead. Fouled back out of play. 0-2. And that's out into left field for a hit.
Great piece by Benny there. Just took the fastball, drove it the other way.
Yeah, as we were talking about last inning, Hugh, whereas some players just have no choice but to be late on the ball, Benny actually went with that pitch.
Yeah, he took the outside fastball and just drove it. Got the barrel on it. Perfect. Perfect job by Ben.
With 2 outs, that brings up pitcher Jack Glazier. Jack singled and scored last inning. Yeah, big stolen base for Ben Werner.
Yeah, staying aggressive.
Well, that's something we've seen all season long out of these Panthers is they are not shy about running the bases.
Yeah.
That one goes outside.
St. Mary's still trying to be aggressive with the breaking ball even though they can't get it over. Just think it's smart, though, because you can't just throw these Panthers fastballs all the time.
Oh, that's for sure. That one's up high, 3-0 on Glazier.
Little chin music there for Jack.
Loosening him up a little bit. Takes it inside for ball 4. Panther runners on first and second. Little fun with 2 maybe. As we're back to the top of the order in BT.
You know, I would say that's not a bad spot to walk someone, but with the top of the order coming up, it's not ideal.
Yeah, and that gets back to what we were talking about earlier, is there are no weak spots in this Panther lineup. You know, we don't say that to be any bit braggadocious or a homer or anything, but
Yeah, it's just the facts. I mean,
yeah.
you got our 7-hitter, Brody Welcome, his first year on varsity. He's hitting above 300 as far as I know.
Yeah. BT, there's number 100.
I think it is. Number 100, and it's an RBI for B.
Awesome.
Save that ball.
Yep. Nicely done.
Oh, and there it is, going to Coach Kevin Leupold.
As it should.
Mm-hmm.
Hats off to Braden Tipeniuk. You know, the one statistic that I'm more accustomed to is the 100-point club in ice hockey.
Yep.
And we had one on the co-op Green Wave team this year. And there goes BT.
Yeah, that's 100 hits. It's one you don't see a lot around here. They don't really have banners for it, but schools in other areas of the country, really, they kind of celebrate it more.
Yeah, so congratulations to Braden. That is a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it earlier. There's not a whole lot of stat keeping for sports around here in general for high school. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of teams are stressed enough with volunteer labor to keep the books and things. But, you know, I'd like to see a better way to get it done. You know, because baseball, probably more than any other sport, is a statistics game.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's pitches, offense, defense. Campbell spun around, but that's ball 4. Loads the bases for Alex McClellan. Got a timeout for St. Mary's.
Yeah, looks like a pitching change is coming. I see the coach with a glove in his hand.
So Kurt Pichiak comes off the mound. Looks like the motion is to the center fielder, Ben King. And it looks like those two are going to swap positions.
Yeah, almost like they made a call to the bullpen out in center field.
Yeah, that was the wave, right?
And I don't think he can pitch with that slide him in his bat. Oh, and there it goes.
So St. Mary's going to have a little break in the action here. Looks like King is a left-hander, a southpaw. And there you see the tournament bracket that we talked about a little bit earlier. We are currently in the left side of that bracket. Winner of this game goes to the Western Mass Finals.
A game that Pioneer's very accustomed to over the past 3-4 years. So,
yeah, that's for sure. So it could be Hopkins Academy or Ware, which, if history is any indicator of the present, we may just have round 3 between Pioneer and Ware.
yeah, that'd be great to see, honestly, with how the last 2 went. So, yeah, it looks like we got a little 3/4 arm action here out of King on the mound. Gonna have a little run on it, a little sink. There's a little changeup too.
Yeah, a little bit of a different motion.
Yeah.
You know, and you as a pitcher, Hugh, I'm glad you're here today because you've got that insight that I don't necessarily have, as I confessed a little while ago. Not even able to throw a breaking ball by the time I was 15. So to have a well-trained set of eyes here is really helpful. Alex McClellan steps in with the bases loaded. Slice that one into souvenir country down the left side.
Yeah, I like it. He's staying aggressive with the new wing out there. You know, it came in from center field, probably still a little cold, to be honest. So get on him while you can.
Alex held off that one. Count goes to 1-1.
Yeah, it was a good sweeping breaking ball right there. It was a tough one to lay off, but great job by Alex to do so.
And same kind of pitch. That one drops in for a strike.
Yeah, maybe that second one was a fastball. I just yanked it, but looked like a breaking ball to me.
Oh, I think you're right, Hugh. I think it was.
Oh, yeah. Looked like it there, too.
Alex stays alive. Once again, sliced it just over Souvenir Country.
Yeah, and King on the mound, he's got to make sure he comes set here. That was pretty close, that last pitch. Almost like he heard me. He came set there.
Yeah, I'm looking over towards the Panther bench, and I see Ben Werner warming up in the Panther bullpen. Another one over on the left side. Just out of play.
That net is not fun to run into. Yeah, like I said earlier, Alex fouling off the breaking ball once again.
Count remains 2-2 on the Panther shortstop.
Quickly, back to what you were saying with Ben Werner warming up. You may be thinking at home, why would you warm him up? Jack's pitching so great out there. Well, that's because the championship game is in just a couple days, which is not the usual format.
Right. Chopped into the ground. McClellan beats it out. What hustle by Alex McClellan.
That's a great job by Alex just putting it in play there. Get the RBI, and he's safe at first, too, so there's a plus.
Absolutely. Jack Glazier scores on the play, makes it 7-0. Bases remain loaded. And here's Ethan Quinn from the frying pan into the fire. Quinn, of course, hit the grand slam home run against Gateway a couple days ago.
Love to see him get into one here.
King pitching a little carefully to Quinn.
Yeah. Here's the hitter's count. Fastball's coming.
Just got under that one. Fouled back out of play. It's 2-1.
Aggressive swing there by Ethan.
Three and one.
Yeah, got to attack him now. Nowhere to put him.
Ripped down the left side. Two Panthers score. Panthers take a 10-0 lead.
It's an explosive offense right there.
Two more big RBIs for Ethan Quinn.
RBI machine.
Forget if he had 7 or 8 the other night against Gateway.
Yeah. Been doing that since freshman year. Actually, it's 8th grade. Oh, and there you go.
King went for the pickoff move. McClellan had to dive back in. Ball got into center field. Not far enough to advance to third base.
Yeah, the grass is a little too long for that ball to get any further, I think.
Or as our buddy Hodis says, it's a hayfield out there. That one gets past the catcher. Runners advance.
And now 2 ducks out there for Maldi. Looking to drive him in here, extend the lead. Give Ben when he comes in, and then Jack when he finishes out his, whenever he finishes. Just give him a little more lead, extend it a little bit.
This one has come off the rails pretty quickly for St. Mary's.
That's like the problem with this Panther offense. You load the bases up with the bottom of the order. You can't go nibble around the guys like Quinn and Maldi, who are the big boppers here in the lineup.
Well, that's a great explanation because there's just no playing it safe with any of these Panther hitters.
It's a great pitch right there to get back into the count, into the zone, sorry.
Took a little bit off of that one.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. That one's wide.
Yeah, you got to wonder with him coming in from center field, not really getting a proper warm up, just a little out of sync out there maybe.
Well, it's got to be tough. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's going to retire the side, but not before the Panthers bat around and score 4 more big runs on 4 base hits. Bases were left loaded. We've got 3 innings complete here in Northfield. Panthers on top by a 10 spot. Stay tuned. We've got more Panther baseball coming up right here on BNC TV. Thank you for checking out our sponsors. Time for the top of the 4th inning. Back to the top of the St. Mary's order. This is Audrey Amaral, the shortstop. She'll be followed by Kurt Pichiak and Ben King. Audrey struck out in the 1st inning. Jack Glazier humming right along, Hugh.
Yeah, that was a great pitch. I don't know where that missed, to be honest. Can't complain about that one. Same exact pitch if he's not going to call it a strike.
Yep.
You know.
Two balls and a strike on the St. Mary's shortstop. Just got a piece of that one, 2-2.
Great breaking ball there to even up the count. Going right back to it.
That one just missed up high, full count. Ooh.
And that just broke up the perfect game.
Wow.
That's a perfect pitch. You cannot throw a better breaking ball there.
Ball 4. That is the first base runner of the day for St. Mary's. Brings up Kurt Pichiak. He's now the center fielder for St. Mary's. Lined over to Jackson Campbell. Doubles up Amaral on first base. Heads up play by Jackson Campbell.
Yeah, great play. It looked like they were going for a little hit and run or something there and just got caught off the bag a little too far.
With 2 outs, here's Ben King. Now the pitcher for St. Mary's. That's strike 1 right down Broadway. Location looked very similar to that ball 4 pitch a couple batters ago. High and inside.
That one got away from him a little bit. Almost backed up on him. 2-seam here.
Brought the heat.
Great pitch.
1-2 on King.
Right back to it. I love the call.
Fouled back out of play. Off the tire of a Toyota Tacoma. Counts 1-2.
Gonna drop it in here. Tunnel right off that heater.
Pounded into the ground. Campbell's after it. Can't get to it in time. That's an infield hit for Ben King. First hit of the day for St. Mary's.
Swinging bunt, if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
And now, if Jack gets out of this inning, it might be time to put Werner in, I'd say.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, Hugh.
Didn't want to say it earlier, but you got to keep him in, let him go for the perfect or at least the no-no. But
well, that's it. We never want to jinx anything up here.
Yeah, no.
This is first baseman Noah Amaral. Takes that one just down low. Noah struck out in the second inning. Just inside.
Yeah, I'd like to see Jack take him. Yep, just like that. Take a moment, step off, take a breath. Because that's really deflating, giving up an infield single like that.
Yeah, that ball pretty much came to a dead stop. You know something happened when Jackson Campbell can't get to it.
Yep.
Just outside, 3-0.
A little too much horizontal movement on the two-seam there.
Just missed. Ball 4. First time today, St. Mary's has 2 runners on base, runners on first and second.
Yep, and here comes Werner, call to the pen. Smart by coach with the shortened time between semis and finals this year.
No, it's a good point. So we're going to see Ben Werner back on the mound as he pitched against Gateway a few days ago. Pitched 4 innings in that contest before Evan Tipeniuk came in to seal the deal.
Yeah, I mean, I love that they're getting both Jack and Ben working before the championship game. Got to assume they're going to start Ethan Quinn, and then either of them out of the pen is great to have.
Yeah, it's a good point. Going to see what the defensive lineup changes are going to be for Pioneer. Looks like Jack Glazier is going to come out to right field.
Yeah.
Hodis will move over to center. Ethan's going to stay over in left.
Yep.
I think they're gauging the depth of the grass in center field now. Little game of cornhole with the hats and gloves over there.
Never seen that one before.
Well, the most unusual thing that I've seen, geez, Tyler, I lost how many years I've been doing these games now, but was that one softball game earlier in the year. I forget what team it was, one of the visitors, where the 3 outfielders all did cartwheels before we went back to the play.
Oh, and Jack's getting in on the game now, too.
Well, you might as well. Frontier did cartwheels? Yeah, okay. So that was the most interesting thing I saw. But holy cow.
Kershaw-esque breaking ball right there by Ben.
Oh, it sure was. Swung on and missed, strike 3. It's going to do it for St. Mary's here in the 4th. Little bit of a threat. No runs for him, though. We are in the middle of the 4th inning here in Northfield. Panthers on top, 10-0. Stay tuned for more Panther Tournament Baseball coming right up on BNC TV. Along with Hugh Syhowski, I'm Lou Bordeaux, here with you for the Western Mass semifinal game between St. Mary Saints and your Pioneer Panthers. Pioneer on top 10-zip right now. Evan Tipeniuk getting things started off for the Panthers here in the bottom of number 4. ET's 0 for 2 on the day. Rips that one down the left side. Everybody looks safe. That's good.
Really turned on that one. A little too much, though.
Yeah, he got all of that one. Just a smidge too quick. That's Ben King on the mound for St. Mary's. He came on in relief last inning. And that's up the middle for a base hit.
That's a great piece of hitting by Evan right there. He stayed on it. Almost, I think it was off the plate by a couple balls, and he still stayed with it and put it up the middle.
Yeah, it looked like he might have had a pitching wedge out to get that one, but very effective nonetheless. Pitching, okay, a 5-iron. More effective, right? Brings up Brody Welcome, the DH. Welcome's also 0 for 2 on the day. One and 0. One's outside 2 and 0.
You know, I see St. Mary's catcher. He's given the sign of the pitcher, but then he's also given some signs of the mask and the chest. I'm wondering if they're doing looks there.
Oh, I'll bet you're right. That is the expert analysis of Hugh Syhowski. So glad he's here with us today. 3 and 0 on Welcome.
I'd like to see an aggressive hack here. I mean, oh, maybe not.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
As Bob Euchre used to say, just a bit outside. Ball 4 puts the first 2 runners on for Pioneer here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Here's Werner.
Pitcher, Ben Werner. Werner came on in relief of Jack Glazier last inning. King misses outside. Like to say hello to Andrew Girard up in Maine. Hello, Andrew.
Yeah, father of Hodis. He just texted me, actually, said he was watching from Maine. I think that was Hodis we just heard yelling, actually.
You know the boys do a good job when you can hear them with the headsets on.
Always fun to be in that dugout. They're always rowdy. And it looks like we have Ethan Quinn warming up. I don't know if he's going to come in, just throw in a bullpen, but keep that in mind at home.
Werner takes that one inside, 3 and 1.
Little smile from Benny up there.
Got to freeze frame that one. Catcher tried to frame that one, not quite though. Ball 4 and the bases are loaded.
Once again, walking everyone, and then you got 9 top coming up, and you can't pitch around anyone now.
Man, oh man. This is Jack Glazier. Jack has singled and walked so far today. He scored 2 runs. Panthers with a 10 spot on the board. Outside, 1 and 1. Good block by Franco behind the plate. Keeps the ball in front of him.
Saves a run right there, maybe 2.
2 and 1 on Jack Glazier. He'll be followed by BT.
Oh my God.
Deep into left field. And Morganelli patrols that one. E.T. tags and scores. It's 11-0.
Once again, couple more push-ups and you got a grand slam for yourself there, Jack.
Welcome advances to third base. Ben Werner is still on at first on the sacrifice fly. Give Jack Glazier a run batted in. And here's Braden Tipeniuk. Pickoff move. And Ben aggressively takes second base.
Yeah, that was a good pickoff move there by King, but as coach has always told us, go on the first move with a lefty on the mound, so he still gets second.
Pounded into the ground, coming home with it.
Interesting decision there.
Bad throw, runner safe.
Yeah. Got to think you go to first there, down 11, but
take the shore out, right?
Yeah.
BT reaches on the fielder's choice. 12-0 Pioneer. And here's Jackson Campbell.
The most Jackson thing ever would be to lay a bunt down right here. I don't think he will, but you never know.
I wouldn't put it past him.
No.
Three and 0 on Jackson Campbell. And a 4-pitch walk loads the bases. And it's from the frying pan into the fire once again. Here's Alex McClellan.
Yeah, and way to be patient by Jack up there. I know after the last however many balls, it can be really antsy up there, but he was able to just be patient and take the walk.
St. Mary's coach comes out to the mound. Looks like King is eager to give him the ball.
Yeah, you never want to do that for you kids at home. Stay on the mound. Don't try to show up your coach like that, even if he wasn't trying to.
So it looks like we're going to have another pitching change for the Saints. Looks like Audrey Amaral on the mound now. Ben King going back out to center field. Not sure who's going to take over at shortstop. So while Audrey's warming up, Hugh, how did that Roger Williams team do this season?
It was all right. We really picked it up at the end of the season. We made it to the conference semifinals and then just lost in a good game. We played, it was 10 innings, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so lost on a walk-off, but it was a good way to end the year, and I'm excited to go back next year.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, a 10-inning loss is nothing to be ashamed of, that's for sure.
Yeah, we know a lot about those here at Pioneer as well.
Hopefully those are all in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, I hope so.
So we are going to see Alex McClellan coming up once Audrey Amaral finishes her warm-up throws. Got one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Two more Panther runs have already scored. Bases remain loaded. And we are right into the heart of the Panther lineup again. McClellan followed by Ethan Quinn, Ethan Mothy. And at a certain point, I know we saw some pinch hitters late in the Gateway game. I wonder if Coach Leupold might be thinking the same thing again tonight.
Yeah, I think there's a good possibility. We also got Evan warming up over there in the bullpen. But yeah, like you said, pinch hitters, I think it's a little tough because if you sub everyone in and you have no subs and someone happens to get thrown out or hurt, you have to forfeit.
Right.
So I think that's why Coach Leupold's always cautious with it. But
no, that's an excellent point because You know, sometimes and it's lined into center field.
Oh,
Two more Panthers score.
hit your cut there.
Two more Panthers score. And we are now at 14-0. I don't know, Tyler. I think I'm going to have to get the abacus out again. Alex McClellan on second. Jackson Campbell all the way over at third base now.
You know, Ethan's behind 0-1, swinging on that first pitch right there.
Pounded into center field. It's over Ben King's head. That's going all the way to the fence. Campbell scores. McClellan's around third.
Oh my.
Quinn's not
Oh
stopping.
my.
That's a triple for Ethan Quinn.
Yeah, that was smoked. And King took a couple steps in, not just one. Really put himself in a bad position to start there and couldn't get there in time. And Ethan gets fired up when he gets a third. Love to see it.
And two more runs batted in for Quinn. That's 4 on the day.
Yeah, that's another thing about this Panther team. No matter what the score is, they're always playing the same. Like, they're always fired up.
Brings up Ethan Mothy. Swung right through that one.
Yeah, big cut there.
Fouled back out of play. "16 runs again for the Panthers. That's 40 in 2 games. Hammerall takes a little bit off of that one. Strike 3. Ethan goes down swinging. 2 outs. Brings up Evan Tipeniuk. ET first ball swinging. Back there, Morganelli puts it away right in front of the fence. That's going to retire the side. In the 4th, 6 more Panther runs. They lead this one 16-0.
Without any home runs, too.
Strangely enough. Stay tuned for more Panther baseball coming up on BNC TV. Welcome back. Time for the top of the 5th inning here at the Pioneer Valley Regional School in Northfield.
Oh.
Panthers with a 2 touchdown and 2-point conversion lead over the Saints. This is third baseman Jack Gilbert up at the plate. Quinn to ET to retire Gilbert.
Yeah, and Benny doing a great job out there, just coming back in the zone after getting behind 2-0. Of course, you got uno, uno, uno.
And this is the DH, Henry Rutkowski. Henry grounded back to Jack Glazier in the third inning. Foul ball down the third base line. Jack Glazier pitched 3 2/3 innings for Pioneer today. Effective as usual. Gave way to Ben Werner. Ben's been on in relief since. Just missed outside.
That's a great pitch by Ben right there. And you can see a little smile from him there again.
He knew it was a great pitch. Just got a piece of that to stay alive.
Yeah, get a barrel moving here. Get in the zone if you're Ben.
2-2.
Looks like a break. Or no, change up.
Quinn again. Over to first to retire Rutkowski.
Yeah, Benny got him reaching on the change up there. Great pitch. 1 out away.
You know, it's one thing to have a mastery of your pitches on the mound, but to be able to execute them in any given situation, you know, it kind of sets the Panther hurlers apart from a lot of the other teams that we get to see.
Yeah, I mean, all 3 of the starters, and then as well as anyone else who comes in, pretty much has command of 3 pitches. Rare to see at the high school level.
That's Tim Moran, second baseman. Last hope for the Saints.
Looks like we're going to get all 3 from Ben this at-bat, too.
Popped up.
Oh, no.
In front of Quinn. Yeah, Moran motors down to first base. He's on with an unusual infield hit.
Yeah.
Only 2 hits of the day.
Yeah. Ben's changeup there, it just didn't look the same. Looked like he almost got around a little bit, didn't have as much depth.
With the Saints still alive, here's Giovanni Franco, the catcher. First pitch swinging. Jack Glazier's under it.
Gonna end it.
Ball game over. Panthers once again in a 5-inning shellacking. Take care of the St. Mary's Saints by a score of 16-0. For St. Mary's in the 5th, only 1 base hit, only 2 hits on the day. Neither one of them got to the outfield. But that's going to do it. Pioneer advances to the Western Mass Finals. Hugh, what can you say about that?
Just a dominant game out of the Panthers over there. I mean, kind of what we expected, but St. Mary's, they definitely put up a good fight at the start.
Yeah, it was, a lot of the teams that we don't get to see on a regular basis, it's kind of an unknown what they're going to bring, especially here to the field at Pioneer. And St. Mary's no exception. You know, they came out, a 2-spot for Pioneer in the first. Okay, that's going to happen. But after that, the Panther bats just got going, and there was no stopping them at that point.
Yeah.
So we saw Jack Glazier, as I said, 3 2/3 solid innings. Ben lights out in his inning and a third. And as I said, Pioneer now advances to the Western Mass Championship game. Time and date to be determined. Certainly check out bnctv.net. We will be able to, if we're able to, we will bring it to you right here on these airwaves or worldwide on YouTube. And Hugh, thank you so much for being here today. You made it a lot of fun. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a great experience. Thank you, Tyler.
All right, then. So for now, for Hugh Syhowski and for the executive producer of BNC TV, Mr. Tyler Borbo, I am Lou Bordeaux, thanking you for your time this time. And until next time, so long from Northfield.
Hey!